Welcome to Friday Options Expiry Friday Day today. It's Friday, February the 17th, 2023. It's great to see you today. I'm a little behind getting this show started, only because I'm behind getting the Gold Bagel Member Alert show finished, and only behind because of all the activity that's going on. And I'm tired. Oh yeah, and I'm tired. We're off on Monday, by the way. We're not here. It's what is it? President's Day. Congratulations, Americans. Monday is a holiday. So Monday I'm off. I'm open for one-on-ones this Sunday. If I have a 10 o'clock opening and a 2 o'clock opening, as far as I know, Eastern time. My 10 o'clock, my noon opening, I think, is booked. Thank you, all of you who've been reaching out to me and letting me know how you're doing. I just noticed something that came through here. Just read a quick little article that just popped up, and I just kind of sit back and I go, "You see?" And here's the article. It's on Market Watch. The headline is "How Options Trading Could Help Solve the Retirement Crisis." Isn't that interesting? Did you know that the U.S. options markets uh, hit the 50th anniversary? Pardon me, I just noticed I spilled something. The U.S. options industry is approaching a milestone. On April 26th, the industry will celebrate its 50th anniversary. 50 years of options trading. From 73 it started. During the past 5 decades, options have evolved from a curiosity traded by a few pioneering souls with great math skills in the old smoking lounge at the Chicago Board of Trade into one of the world's most important markets. At last count, 16 U.S. options exchanges belonged to the Options Clearing Corporation, which issues and settles all options contracts. The growth in trading volume has been astounding. In 2000, it was remarkable if a million contracts traded on a given day in 2000. Now, 45 million contracts a day often trade, and it is treated as a natural occurrence. Still, the activity is often misunderstood. A lot of trading volume growth reflects institutional investors using options to reshape portfolio risks and returns. Unfortunately, the options industry has helped advance the perception that puts and calls are suitable only for aggressive speculation by introducing more options that expire in extremely short times. The short term options trading mania generates profits for exchanges and trading firms, but at the cost of fostering perceptions. The investment industry, financial advisors, institutional consultants, family offices, and pensions is struggling to understand how to best use options. A solution may soon emerge. CBOE, a global markets ticker, CBOE, which launched the first U.S. options exchange in 1973, is planning 50th anniversary galas in major cities. The gatherings could spark the next generation of growth. The timing is opportune. Demographic trends, coupled with a growing need for income to fund underfunded retirements, are a major issue in the United States and many other countries. People are living longer than expected. They risk running out of money. They might get lucky and capture another multi decade bull market or not. The need to augment traditional portfolio allocations of stocks and bonds creates an opportunity for the options industry to demonstrate the value of simple, conservative strategies like selling call options on blue chip stocks, also called the covered call strategy. It entails selling a call on a stock you own with a strike price about 10% higher than the associated stock price. This allows investors to receive a payment that often compares favorably with common stock dividends, making this an ideal strategy for income hungry retirees or people who want to quit their day jobs. The amount of money that could be generated with a covered call strategy might even satisfy the annual required minimum distributions that retirees take each year. That strategy could should be able to increase stock returns by 2 to 4%, other than limiting your gains if the stock rises above the strike price. The risks are minimal. But this simple idea requires thought and action on matters many people prefer to avoid or outsource. And the active management of passive investments runs counter to how the investment industry wants people to manage their affairs. Here's a prediction in the form of a challenge for the industry. Major exchanges have evolved into large public companies focused on increasing trading volumes to satiate institutional investors' demand for ever better short-term financial results. They need to embrace something larger than their immediate financial self-interest. Statesman-like leadership and intense competition made the industry successful, and they could contribute to an even more prosperous next 50 years if investors, big and small, begin to understand that conservative option strategies can do a lot to enhance investors' portfolios. Well, I couldn't have said that better myself. Thank you very much. Boy, I sure like to see that kind of talk. I don't spend enough time telling you guys the ugly side of the market. I don't. And it's because I'm so dang busy trying to help you guys understand what the hell's going on in the market in plain English. In plain English, the reality is this. Back in the day when I was a broker, 1979, the 80s, this is, I became a broker in 79, 6 years after the option market was created, okay? At that time, the stock markets, the stock exchanges, I should say, all the stock exchanges, the New York Stock Exchange, the American Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, the Toronto Stock Exchange, the Philadelphia, the Montreal Stock Exchange, the Calgary Stock Exchange, Vancouver Stock Exchange, San Francisco. There were stock exchanges everywhere. Then they were overseas as well. But in North America, the stock exchanges were owned by the brokerage firms that were members. These were clubs. So Merrill Lynch and E.F. Hutton and all the brokers, thousands of brokerage firms were members of exchanges. And there were so many seats available on the exchange. The same thing in Chicago with the futures exchanges, the option exchanges, the bond trading pits, the currency trader, everywhere. Every exchange everywhere was owned by the members that had a seat on the exchange. And you were now a partner in the firm. The brokerage firm was a partner in the house, the entire exchange. The exchange would allow listings that would then be coordinated between members to trade stock. Individual investors would be guaranteed their money that would be safe in brokerage firms because they had insurance to cover each other. So if a brokerage firm went under, all accounts were accounted for. No customer lost their money because a brokerage firm went under. All the other brokerage firms pitched in with an insurance policy they paid to bail out any accounts if there were any issues there. The stock exchange floors were designed to be an orderly place to conduct business. You want to buy 100 General Motors? You want to sell 100 General Motors? Come onto the exchange with whichever brokerage firm you want, wherever you live. You're in Pittsburgh and you're in St. Louis, no problem. You talk to your broker. Your broker puts in these orders. The orders come to the exchange. Business gets done. What happened was that during the beginning in the 80s and the 90s, governments dropped the ball. They called it deregulation and let's get government out of our lives, okay? And what they allowed to happen was that the large players who wanted to get much larger, financial players, were allowed to start buying in and buying up stock exchanges. And members, hey, if you're a mom and pop shop in St. Louis, you have 5 brokerage offices over there, and you've got a seat on the New York Stock Exchange, and you pay $20,000 for the seat, $100,000 for the seat, $200,000 for the seat. You're now getting triple the money for it, and then you can just trade through the New York Stock Exchange through another member firm instead. You'll take the money. And in effect, what ended up happening was all of these mom and pop brokerage firms, regionals and statewide, and those in the Northeast, the Southwest, they got bought up. They got bought up by the bigger players. And so the survivors were the large, big institutions in New York, the great big investment bankers. And they owned the entire business, and they owned the stock exchange. And here's the bottom line. If you're an entity that owns the Chicago Board of Trade, if you're the owner of these stock exchanges where the options are trading, how do you get paid? You get paid from volume, commissions. The more products that trade on your exchange, the more money you make. And since you're the owner of the business, you need more volume. And what do? You encourage more volume. How do you encourage more volume? You get more people in on it, and you get more option players in on it. And you get the same on the New York Exchange for stock trading. You get the same in the NASDAQ. You get the same in Toronto. You get more volume of services, and you make it impossible with regulations with your friends in Washington or in Canada, in Ottawa. You make it impossible for anyone else to open up an exchange in competition with your exchange, because after all, you're there for the safety of investors. And you don't want any regulation coming in from the SEC or the Canadian Securities Commission. You don't want any of these regulations, because after all, it's a free market, and we want government out of our lives. And so the biggest players of Wall Street control the entire business. I'm sitting here with this little puny channel on YouTube. I mean, I'm not covered by any media anywhere what I talk about. I'm just one guy in a condo in Palm Desert talking to you about the options market. And I'm begging you folks, please take advantage of the saps out there, the millions and millions of idiots and uninformed and victims too, because they're not just idiots, they're uninformed traders who are gambling thousands of dollars each, hundreds of thousands in cases dollars, on options contracts that they have no business being involved with. They shouldn't be involved with. They're paying way too much for this stuff. They're dropping money on the counter like you can't believe. You have to take your fair share, because there's nowhere else you're going to get it. There's nowhere else you can get a fair shake in the marketplace, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, you can try to buy 10,000 GameStop at $20 and sell it at 21. Yeah, you could try that. There's day traders who try that. They borrow a bunch of dough and they try to flip stock all the time. They get their brains handed to them. They eventually lose it all. On the option side, you let the risk be taken by the option buyer. You're adding volume to the business. You're a good guy by being an option writer. You're creating product out of thin air, which of course a lot of your relatives don't understand. They don't know, how do you do that? How do you sell an option you haven't got? I don't get it. How do you sell something there and buy it down here? You don't own it. I don't know I don't understand. I'm going back to my video game. You're creating product that the exchanges need so that it'll trade. And it's likely, if you were writing 50 calls on GameStop, those 50 calls could be picked up by 5 different people, 10 calls each. And then they might be flipping those calls later today, tomorrow, next week, while you're sitting like this going, trade those things. And the 50 calls you wrote might change hands 25 times in a week or two. And look at the commissions you're helping create for these brokerage firms. It's phenomenal. These owners of the floors are loving you to death. They go, oh man, we love option writers. That's why we let them write options. Why do you think large institutional owners of stock exchanges allow retail investors who can only write 5 or 10 or 20 contracts? Why do they allow you to write contracts? Because there's money in them, their hills. You're making them more money by increasing the liquidity of a product. That's what you're doing. You're taking dead inventory, stock that's just sitting in your account, and you're activating it. You're putting it into play. They love you. And they will pay you a handsome return. What blows my mind is, why aren't these exchanges promoting this? They don't seem to promote it. Well, I guess I could say most of the options writers are institutions, the very institutions that own these exchanges. And so they got to let you in. They have to let you in to play too. But the good news is, none of you have enough oomph to get in their way. And so the business with 40 million contracts a day, 50 million, soon it'll be hundreds of millions of contracts a day. This is a growing parabolic business. It'll be massive. It'll be absolutely massive, which means the entities who are involved in the commission of this whole thing will just clean up and make even more money. Satisfying the need for people to gamble. And the reality is, folks are gambling on options because they can't afford to gamble on the stock themselves. They don't have the money. They don't have the money. I mean, you want to buy 100 shares of Tesla right now? They're $200 a share. 10 shares is $2,000. 100 shares is 20 G's. You got to come up with 20 grand to be able to write one contract. You think that's a stacked business against small investors? I would say. GameStop's $20 a share. It's 1/10 the price. So, you can buy 100 shares for $2,000. You can buy a deep in the money call for $1,000 and write against it. The returns are phenomenal. I keep trying to tell you. Today's Friday option expiry day, the third Friday of February. This article couldn't have come out at a better time. It is so true. It is so accurate. It's one of the few I've ever read that covers exactly what I've been trying to tell you here for 2 years now. And I've made classes for you to understand how options freaking work. Okay, that article gives you an overview. I'm trying to zero in for you to say, look, all you got to do is figure out how to write call options against stock you have or deepen the money contracts you have, which this article didn't talk about, where you can enhance your liquidity even more. And if you are really looking to get out of your job, or you think you're about to be fired in the next 6 months to a year, or laid off, or furloughed, or let go, or whatever term you want to call it, you're going to be eliminated, erased from existence at your firm in the next year. Maybe, just maybe, you might want to look at an alternative way to make income that doesn't depend on some manager who's 15 years younger than you are, doesn't give a crap about your experience, doesn't understand you or your experience, doesn't understand the music that you like because you're not of the same ilk and generation. They are going to be moved up in management because they are the future of the corporation. You are not. If you're 45 years of age, they're looking at your exit strategy at that office. They're looking to milk everything they've got out of you while you're still there because you are never going to be the president of that company. You are out. Someone else is going to get your job. And by the time you're 55, there'll be a 45-year-old who will be the president of the company. You're too old. It's over. So you're retiring with a great benefit and a bunch of money you saved and everything else. God bless you and congratulations. You don't need me for anything. Fabulous. Great. And there are millions of people who do this, and I'm happy for them. It's great. But then there are the vast majority of everybody else that isn't in this position. These are the folks who have worked their asses off for their entire adult life and have put it all on the line. And then there are those of you out there who are now 35 to 40, 45. You're in that 10-year window and you are figuring it out quickly that, holy crap, they're lying to me. Or my boss is a great guy. The owner of the company I work for is a great person. The family that owns this business, they are a wonderful family. And they have the best interests in mind for all of us as employees of the company. But they are powerless to guarantee success for me in the next 20 years. I'm 35 now, and when I'm 55, this company might be eliminated from existence because we'll be taken over by a larger corporation, or we'll be knocked off by somebody else who will take us out. There's something is going to happen, and I could be on the street at 55, having worked here for 30 years, and I will be unhireable for anyone else because no one hires 55-year-olds. They hardly do it now. They don't wanna, and you may find that, geez, I got to do something else. I got to find something else that makes me more valuable than I am now. As valuable as I am, I'm not valuable enough. And those realizations are being discovered every day by people from 30 to 60. They're figuring out I'm not valuable enough to this company for them to keep me around, or to protect me, or to shelter me, or to offer me a 25% raise for me not to walk. If your boss doesn't come to you and say, Hey, listen, look, we want to have a meeting with you, my boss and I, and the HR committee. We just want to tell you how much we appreciate you being here. We know you're sacrificing hard. You're working your tail off. You're putting extra hours in. Your kids are paying the price. We know that you want to go to see your kids' baseball game and you miss them from time to time. And we've come to you with a 30% pay increase to keep you here, to retain you. We have a $10,000 bonus because you're just a great employee. Anybody have that happen? Anyone? Hello? Raise your hands. I don't see anybody raising their hand. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. Okay. It is a 1 in a zillion that this takes place. This does not work. All right. There are employers out there who are right now trying to figure out how the hell to get rid of you and how to unload half the employees they've got and just make it artificial intelligence replacements. Can't we get computers to do these jobs? These computers just work their butts off 24/7. Can't we get workers in the third world to work for us instead of these overpaid fat Americans and Canadians who eat nothing but ice cream all the time, suck on their frappuccinos? Can't we get rid of these fat people, these lazy, uh, good for nothings, and let's replace them with starving third worlders that'll work for $5 a day? Come on, can't we do that? Now, maybe it's not your employer that says that. It's the consultants that your employer hires to review and analyze the future of your company. They're the ones who are saying, why are you hiring 500 people from this area to do this mundane work? You can hire Pakistanis for $8 a day. No unions. The managers have whips that keep these workers working hard. You got this soft, overweight group of people that are medical disasters. They've got all kinds of health issues in their 40s and 50s. They're obese. They've got diabetes. You don't want this. We can help you become a way more efficient corporation. Become a third world hirer of staff. It's been going on since the 70s, kids. Every factory in America has shut down virtually. Same in Canada. I mean, you bet. Have you called a call center in the last 20 years? Hello? You don't talk to Americans or Canadians when you call a call center. There you go. Time to take control of your life. And why don't you do it in the one market where actually the institutions that own the business want you to come in and be part of the business? They're dying for you to come in. I would love it if you were to become an option writer, because you are worth more than 10 option buyers combined. The amount of business you create when you create options is unbelievably lucrative for these guys. They love it. They'll pay you handsomely to do it. Very few of you actually will do it because it takes understanding and it takes knowledge and it takes a little bit of chutzpah. You got to step up there and go, I got an account that's sitting here, it's dormant. I'm going to make it work for me. And there are not very many people want to do that. People are lazy, okay? You know that. You know. Around the dinner table at Christmas and at Thanksgiving and July 4th barbecue, you know who the lazy ones are. They're the ones who won't even throw the garbage out at the city park, okay? They're that lazy. I mean, we know who they are. They're takers. They take. They don't give, okay? And they certainly don't contribute. They suck the life out of the economy. But hey, it's okay. It's all right. Get your fair share of this action, but step up, people, and get after it. I don't have to motivate most of you folks here who need this. You guys know. You already know. You're making money in this market. I'm talking to the folks here who don't know who the hell I am and have come in here this morning saying, yeah, I heard about this guy, Uncle Bruce. I'm going to watch this guy for like 10 minutes. Is there anything that he says that could be inspirational or different than the other YouTube channels that are out there? Well, yes, there are some differences between this channel and other YouTube channels. We like making money here. We have a different philosophy here about the stock market. It's our bitch. We own this baby. We run it. Okay. Welcome to the other side of the stock market. All right. The mother of all short squeeze guys they're all out there. All those guys are out there. All those girls are out there, and you can find them anytime you want. And good luck making money with those people because they're trading, day trading, and everything. You want to make a living in this market and you want to take control of your life, you come in here. You hang around here for a while with these people over here. The folks here that are members of this channel, they're the winners. They're the ones who've taken this market over and saying it's enough's enough. I'm sick and tired of following hot stock tips. I am sick and tired of listening to these so-called expert analysts in New York and everywhere else who tell me that I should be buying this stock right here because they're exceeding expectations. I'm sick and tired of getting to be the last guy into the party all the time. Why is it that these parties are happening and I find out about them, but with an hour to go before the cops show up and shut it down? Why am I that? Why am I not there early, when all the pretty girls are there and all the good-looking guys are there? Why am I always the one coming in late and there all the dogs are left over? This ain't fun no more. And why is it that I had for 10 years invested in the stock market, and every time I came up with a great idea, I'd occasionally make money, but most of the time I'd be one of the last guys buying this stuff. I'm buying stocks at highs and I'm selling at lows instead of buying at lows and selling at highs. Why doesn't it work for me? Those are the folks that are here who have decided, no, I'm not going to play that game anymore. Now we're going to play a whole new game. It's called Let's Be the Casino, write call options against stock we have or stocks we're going to have, and let the saps on the casino floor lose their asses. I'll take that money. Thank you very much. I'm going to become an institutional trader. I'm going to become a money manager. I'm going to do what they do in Manhattan. I'm going to do what they do in London, in Milan, in Tokyo, in Shanghai. I'm going to be that person. That's these skyscrapers that are up there. I'm that person now, in my own unique little tiny way, in my house, on my device, wherever I go. And no longer am I going to be trapped in some kind of a cubicle somewhere, or I have to trade in the market in front of a desktop somewhere. No, I'm portable. I can go anywhere the hell I want. This summer, I'm going on a holiday, and I'm taking my market with me. It's right here. All I need is an internet connection, and I'm in business, baby. I am no longer tied down. My wife and I are going to enhance our retirement account. We're 55 years of age. We got $100,000 in our retirement accounts set up, and we're going to take that and turn it into millions of dollars in the next few years because the money managers can't do it. There's no way by age 65 this money is going to be enough for me to retire on. Not a chance. And I don't want to be one of those saps that has to live off of Social Security and then listen to every Republican or Democrat or independent politician talk about the possibility that maybe we might adjust Social Security to make it more affordable for the government. I don't want to be in that business. I don't want to be trapped in that. Whatever Social Security gives me, it'll give me fine. But I don't want to have to give a crap about that anymore because the amount of money that I make in retirement until my cognitive skills lose out on me, I can make way more money than that ever. I don't have to be a victim or a slave to the idea that, oh, the only way you're going to survive is through Social Security. It's the only way you're going to be able to pay your bills. If you're that person, you're a loser because I'm telling you right now, you are living off the lowest rung of survivalship there is. The United States government, Canadian government, is not going to give you $20,000 a month on your retirement. You're not going to get that kind of. You're going to get enough money to buy a loaf of bread, and you're going to notice when it goes up a nickel, you're going to go, "Oh God, a loaf of bread is 5 cents more. Where am I going to come up with the money?" You want to be that person? God bless you. But if you're going to be on this channel, you don't want to be that person. You do not want to be that person if you're here. Tough love from your pal, Uncle Bruce. I love you all, and I want you to make a ton of money. I want you to get your hands on it, and I want you to be paid for your efforts and your drive to make it succeed. You're the one percenters. 99% of the stock market does not watch this show ever because they don't understand it. They don't want to understand it. There've been a lot of people who've come through this channel who hang on a little while and go, option writing. Writing an option against a stock I own. I don't get it. Let me watch a guy who's day trading something. Let me just watch some guy with fancy graphs on it, and I can just sit there and be brain dead for an hour. Just go, oh yeah, that's interesting. You want to be that guy? There's channels for you. But look, you want to be one percenter and make money in this market? You got to take this market and make it your bitch, and that's what we do around here. It ain't pretty sometimes. We are sausage makers, but oh, the sausage is good. Money to be had in them there hills, but you got to want it, and you've got to step in and step up and say, enough's enough. I am not interested in being a sap on the floor of the casino. I've done that. I can be a sap and go to Vegas anytime I want. I can go to the Indian casino near my town or wherever. Um, I say go to the casino to see the show and have a nice dinner, and then write your options when you get home and gamble there, and let the gamblers take all the risks and you take the money first. I think that's the best way to go with this market. Why not? Going to be something. We're down 120 on the Dow, 23 on S&P, 96 on NASDAQ with 24 minutes to go before we start trading today. Oil down 250 a barrel. Hello, we're at 75.99 on oil. Why is that? All these oil shills that come on these programs, you'll notice, when they're on CNBC or Fox Business or all the other networks out there, and on, blogs and vlogs and whatever, they talk about $100 oil, $120 oil, cold winter, supplies are in short supply. Oil companies are making all kinds of money, but they're not putting that money back into the ground to drill for more oil. There's going to be a shortage. Oh, it's just terrible. We're down 250 today. Why is that? This is February 17th. This is the heart of the freaking winter. It's winter. Does anyone not know that? It's winter now. These are short days. The days are getting longer, and we're trying to get a little warmer in certain areas of the world, but this is winter. There's snow up north. Oil is down 250 a barrel. What the hell's going on? I tell you what's going on. There's no demand for oil that they thought there was. We need oil every day. Yeah, got to get to work and back. Yeah. Do we need more oil? No, apparently not. Because what's also happening in this wide, wide world of ours is mankind is a very crafty creature, and we are figuring out ways to use less of this stuff, not to be so addicted to it anymore. That started in the 60s, Don't be out there taking credit for this, by the way, if you're 35 years of age. You think driving an EV, you think you're Mr. Hot Stuff, Mr. and Mrs. Hot Stuff. You didn't invent the idea of using less fuel, okay? No. That started in the Second World War. All right, that rationing happened in the Second World War. The U.S. government invented ways to use less for the better good. And that was rationing gas cards, rationing butter, rationing sugar, rationing flour, rationing meat, so that the soldiers overseas would get the best of the best to get the job done over there and come back home as soon as humanly possible. That's where we learned how to use less to get more later. But in the 60s, when my dad was running the show in the house that I lived in, the politicians of the day and the regulators of the day and the environmentalists of the day and a lot of ordinary people figured out, well, I should use less oil and gas because the price is going up for this stuff, and it's spewing all this smoke into the environment. Have you seen downtown LA photos from 1965? You can't see downtown Los Angeles photos from 1965. You couldn't take a photo of downtown Los Angeles unless you were in downtown Los Angeles, because if you were 5 miles away from downtown Los Angeles, you couldn't see it. Smog. And that was a joke on the Johnny Carson show for decades, the smog in Los Angeles. It was a gag for a while. But then the toxic measurements would come out and people go, yeah, well, it's actually killing people. It's shortening life expectancies. It's not good. And so we came in with ways to clean the air up and find ways to become more efficient. In the 70s, when the OPEC boys did the best favor ever to the Western world by boycotting the United States, North America, and Europe, by not allowing them to have crude, by forcing the price up, the OPEC cartel was created. They actually did a favor to the planet. They made North Americans go, we shouldn't use as much of this crap because we're supporting these terrorist organizations when we buy their crap. This someday could really come back to bite us. Remember 2001? Anybody? It kind of came back to bite us. So smaller cars started coming out. More efficient cars came out. Europeans figured it out first. They put taxes on top of fuel so high that every car owner in Europe went, I'm not going to take an 8-cylinder car. I don't even want a 6-cylinder car. Can I drive a 4-cylinder that's got a turbocharger on it? That'll give me all the power I need. Turbo diesel 4-cylinder engines were the thing in Europe for a long time, with 35, 40 mile a gallon range when Americans are getting 10, 15, 20 miles to the gallon. Even today, we're still going that direction. At least now we're going another direction. We're going electric to a degree and hybrid. The shift is on. It's unstoppable. It will continue to go this direction. Anyway, I may digress on that whole thing. But anyway, oil is down today. We're using less of it. And we're going to use less of it next year and next decade and the decade after. Will we eliminate it? No. We need oil in everything. We need it for pharmaceuticals. We need oil for agriculture to help with fertilizer production. We need oil in many, many, many products that we use all the time. No, oil is not just for burning and moving trucks around. There's much more than that. But I can understand where oil companies are kind of going, hey guys, look, we made record profits last year. We spent money 5 years ago, 10 years ago to analyze oil fields and drilling areas, and we begged governments to allow us to drill, and we finally got to drill, and then we brought the oil up. And in North America and in Canada in particular, you want to bring oil out of the ground, do you have to pass environmental inspections like crazy? They get the oil up out of the ground, they start to produce it. Years later, like now, they're distributing oil to the world and they're making money. Now politicians want to talk about putting in a windfall profits tax on oil companies. And at the same time, they're saying to the oil companies, we want you to drill and get more oil out of the ground to keep the price down. And the oil companies are going, let me get this straight. We're going to work our butts off, risk all our cash on these wells that may or may not come in. And whenever we win, you want to tax us with windfall profits tax. And you're going to scream at us if we don't produce enough of this stuff to keep the price down, which means we don't make as much profit on the product that we're pulling out of the ground. Am I getting this right? Are we on the same page as to what it is you're asking me to do and what my reward is when I make the money? You know that we're in debt up to our eyeballs in all the drilling we did during the years that you were encouraging us to drill like crazy 10, 15 years ago. We're still paying those loans off. And with interest rates going up right now, we're encouraged to pay those loans off even faster, because we don't want to pay 8% interest and 12% interest on debt that we took out 3, 4, 5 years ago. We want to retire that. Right now, the money is coming in. We're paying our debt down. Oh, and by the way, we have shareholders who have been patiently waiting for our stock to do something for the last 5, 10 years. You know what we're going to do? We're going to buy back a bunch of the stock that we've issued over the years to get the stock price higher. We'll reduce our debt, move our markets higher, keep producing oil, and make money. Okay? You want us to drill more? Give me an incentive to do it, because you're giving auto companies incentives to do stuff. You're giving construction companies incentives to do stuff. Heck, you're helping the chip business around the world create chip factories. You're just handing money to outfits to produce chip factories. Yet the oil companies are the bad guys. Really, really the bad guys. Really, I don't think so. That's the world in which we live. Contrasts and competition and conflict at all kinds of levels of you name it. Is it the government's fault? Yes and no. Is it the voters' fault? Yes and no. We're voters, and we sometimes like it when businesses get slapped around a little bit, but then we also don't like it when that happens, because we're free enterprisers. But we're free enterprisers as long as it's cheap to be one. And we love it when people make money, but not when they get rich. We don't like. Hey, everybody, welcome to the world where you can get rich, and you can do it quietly from the comfort of your home, writing stock options and making a ton of money. Welcome to a business, writing options, where you can get so rich that even your relatives don't understand what you're doing and really don't realize how much money you're making. This is something that some of you have already figured out. It's already happening in your house. You in your family's tree, a family tree. You already realize that yeah, I'm hauling in some serious money here writing call options, and I got relatives and friends of mine who don't realize how well I'm doing, and I'm sick and tired of trying to tell them how well I'm doing. So I'm not going to tell them anymore. I'm just not going to do it, because if they figure out how well off I'm doing, they're going to hit me up for money because they're too lazy to make it themselves. You've tried to tell them to write options. You've tried to tell them to watch Uncle Bruce, but they won't do it. So you just have to just quietly go about your business. Take care of your business. Take care of your bills. Take care of your debts. Build your retirement balances. Live comfortably, and start taking some vacays from time to time, and reward yourself for a job well done. Folks, do not fear the upside. You're going to get richer, and I love it. This is going to be so much fun. Anyway, there it is. What can I say? Lots going on. Welcome everybody to the channel this morning. It's great to have you here. Those of you who have found your way to throwing me a thumbs ups today, thank you if you've done that. 120 of them have come in so far. We're opening for trading in 14 minutes. If you're able to hit the thumbs up button and get us towards 200, we always strive to hit 200 thumbs ups on the morning show. Please help us out and nail that sucker if you don't mind. Let's get this going. Thank you all for being here and hanging out, talking to each other and giving each other advice. Great to hear it. Great to see it. Those of you who have become members of this channel, I cannot thank you enough. I thank you every day. I don't know any other YouTuber that thanks their members like I do. I know that there are channels out there that have all kinds of members, and they never talk to them, and they never say thank you. They just take their money, and they just go, I got members, and I let them watch me. That's your reward. I'll let them watch me. Great, super. I know where my bread is buttered. It's my memberships. The folks who are members of this channel carry this channel. It's as simple as that. And thank you, all of you who are out there helping me out. Have you noticed ATIP is at 43.3 cents this morning? It's up a couple of pennies. Anybody know why? Other than it's supposed to go to $1.50 anyway. But I mean, anybody? I'm kind of happy to see that. I don't know why it's moving, but it seems to be a bit higher. Okay. Is there any volume on this pre-market? Nah, nothing going on. So anyway, it looks nice. It looks nice to have a 43-cent print instead of a 41-cent print. What else is going on? Sixtair is up a couple of cents. Smart Rent's up 3. We got 23andMe down a nickel. Matterport down 2 cents. Okay. GameStop down 31. SoFi down 7. And Rocket Lab up 1.5, I think it is. We've got Apple down 80 cents. Goldman down $2. Cisco is up 21 cents. Had a good day yesterday. Tesla down 98. Was down to 199. It's now 201. Arc Innovations down 16 cents. Microsoft down 148. Bed Bath & Beyond down a penny. Pfizer down a dime. HBQ down 22. Carvana up 34. And Alphabet, Google down 39 cents. Amazon down 29. Nvidia down $2.14. Giddy up, everybody. Welcome to the party, you all. The rumor on the street is that Meta, which is Facebook, rumor has it they are going to do a major round of additional layoffs. That is the rumor out there. I can't guarantee it. I can't tell you if that's true or not. It's just what I am reading out there. There are all kinds of stories circulating about that. Out in the boot that Meta had performed performance reviews of their employees, and that many thousands of employees got a lousy review. It's kind of, to me, sort of one of those, we'll give people a lousy review and maybe they'll quit in frustration so we don't have to fire them and pay them off. Maybe they'll leave on their own, way. We'll try to, persuade them to get the hell out of here. That could be what's going on. 170 on Meta, down 183, by the way, in the pre-market right now. The last 3 months or so, this stock topped off at 191-ish. Now it's 170. It was 191 on Feb 7, 10 days ago. Hello? 10 days ago, it's dropped to $21 in 10 days. What do we call that on our channel? There's two words, whoops and zzz. That's what it is. Yeah. Back in, looks like back in about April of last year, $233 a share last year, April. It's 170 now. This thing's going lower. I don't know if you are aware of this. If you're not, you don't know if you're totally sure. We were 378 in September 2021. $378. That's more than double what it is now, and it's going lower now. It's going to go down. Meta is not doing too well. They say their PE multiple is 20. I don't buy it. I don't think so. I think their earnings multiple is a lot worse than that. These are the last 4 quarters combined. I think the next 2 or 3 quarters are going to be brutal for Meta, and the stock might actually be trading at 40 times to 50 times actual forward earnings. Just my hunch. Sorry if you're a Meta fan, but I think Meta's in trouble there. Not all green shoots and happy times. Anyway, yeah, if you're trying to offload your staff and get them to quit in frustration, it kind of tells me that you might have issues, going on. Like, yikes. Okay, anyway. GameStop trying a little rally here, 21.31 down 29 cents. It's trying a little pop here, but it's only traded 13,000 shares. We can't read too much into that. Okay. There's all kinds of interesting stuff happening today. It's option expiry day. Thank you, everybody. Welcome all of you to the show, and I'm glad you're here. Trader Timmy says, I'd like to propose a national day, share a bagel day. How about that? Don't mind that. John Bickman, number 106. Thank you, my friend. Deep value is 109. I know we're well beyond that already. Thank you. And I appreciate it. What else is going on here? 107 thumbs ups from FX. Good morning. Morning, Money Goons. Christina's giving people advice on how to trade options, and Christina knows what she's talking about, so you better listen to her. There you go, kids. Yeah, never fear being exercised. It's a no-brainer. Thank you all. What's going on? Giddy up. What else is happening here? People talking about being exercised. It's okay. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just reading all these comments that have gone through. Everybody, how you doing? All welcome to the show. And Cameron, hey, enjoy the 3-day weekend, Bruce. Thank you. Really looking forward to it. I'm tired. Jen and I went out last night. Gotta tell you, it was interesting because we don't go out very often. We had a tentative date set yesterday to go out, and it got postponed a day or so ago. But that's all right. And I said to Jen, well, why don't we go out anyway? Because we were all geared up to go out Thursday night for a bite to eat, and we don't often go out. If we go out, we'll go to In-N-Out. We'll go to Costco, have a dog. I said, well, let's go out to a restaurant we've never been to before and see what it's about, because we don't go out very often. So, and Jen is feeling so much better with her hip, and she said, yes, it's been 7 weeks since my surgery. Let's go out. And so we drove a half a mile from here and went to a restaurant last night, and we're sitting in there, and it was wonderful. It was very good food. I enjoyed it. And I'm looking around the room. I'm just, as you do when you're in a restaurant, kind of look around and see, what do the patrons look like? And you're in a good restaurant in this area, and probably in your hometown too. If you look around a restaurant in your hometown and you find a lot of senior citizens eating dinner in a restaurant in your hometown, you have to know something. Either you're in a soup kitchen, which we weren't. You're in a restaurant that costs a little bit of money to go to, and if it's filled with seniors, it's good food. And they know. They're right. We were surrounded by regulars. We were surrounded by people who always go to this place. They look very comfortable. They knew the menu backwards. And I said to Jen, I think we're going to enjoy our meal tonight. I don't think the quality will be an issue. And it wasn't. It was interesting to watch. But I was looking around the room going, wow, look at all these folks that are kind of our age. We're 67, although I feel like I'm 17. And I'm looking at people that are younger than me, my age, and older than I am. And some in their 90s were coming out last night for dinner. And I thought, wonder what these folks did for a living. I wonder what they did when they were working, because they're not working now. These folks are retired and they're here for the winter, many of them. They don't stay here in the summer. They're just here for the winter, and they're in their condos that they own, their second homes. These are grandmas and grandpas. These are great grandmas, great grandpas. These are the successful, those who worked their butts off doing whatever they did, or were incredibly successful doing what they did. Probably worked their butts off anyway. Here they are, enjoying a little reward, nice restaurant, excellent food, wonderful surroundings in Palm Desert, California. And sometimes I feel like an imposter. I sort of look around going, I don't know if I belong here. I'm not sure if I really am allowed to be here, because we generally do not go out very often, Jen and I. We really don't. We love just hanging out. And my idea of a decadent bite to eat is, let's go to In-N-Out, or let's go to Carl's Jr. and get a deal. Go to Costco and do some shopping and pick up a dog and a sundae or something like that. Man of simple taste, but I love a good steak, and I do love some ribs from time to time. But it was nice. It was nice to go to this place and enjoy it. And for Jen, it was her first outing since the surgery, and this was the best part about the whole thing, is to get Jen off the couch and let's go out. Let's go out. And it was great. It was just wonderful. Funny thing is, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie with Tina Fey and Steve Carell. I think it was called Date Night, if I'm not mistaken. It's a husband and wife in their late 30s going out for a night, get away from the kids for a while, and then all kinds of misadventures happen. Anyway, they go to a nice restaurant, and they pretend they look at people talking to each other, and they try to pretend who they are and what they're talking about. If you ever seen that scene, there are outtakes from that movie of that scene. Are just hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Jen and I sometimes play that game. Sometimes we play that game where we sit there and we go, I wonder what those two are talking about, or well, that couple over there, what are they talking about? And we have fun with it. It's just nice to get out. Anyway, there you have it, everybody. We're good. What else is going on here? I'm really enjoying the show. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Callum, how you doing there, Callum? Please become a member of this channel. Love to have you join us. We're going members only here in a moment. We're about to start trading for the day here, so we better move over to comments from members only, so you can ask me questions about what's going on in the market and that type of thing. Thank you so much, all of you, for supporting this channel. The thumbs ups are very much appreciated, everybody. And please subscribe to this channel. Please become a member. Please renew your membership if it's coming up, and upgrade your membership to Gold Bagel level membership status, so that you can join me every morning before this show begins for trade alerts. And you can also join me Wednesday evenings, prime time live with Uncle Bruce, 8 o'clock Eastern time, for just Gold Bagel members. Become one of these people up here, wherever that logo is. Let me see if I get that right. Yeah, there it is. Become a Gold Bagel level member immediately, and you'll get alerts every time I do something for Gold Bagel members. And we love you. Thank you all for being here and hanging out with us. We have 142 thumbs ups. Thank you for that. We need 58 more to get to 200. If you can help us out, if you enjoy the show, hit that thumbs up button and let's go. Thank you. Mirko Hankel Bruce, I have a question, either genius or just stupid. It was exercised on a GameStop, 17 and a half. I sold my call at 460, so could easily buy back 100 shares and be up a little. If I would like the $2,210 and buy too deep in the money calls, what should I do? There you have it. Well, when I would take the money, what you have to do, Mirko, is of course you've got to buy back your stock if you are short stock. If they took stock from you, if they bought it off of you, and you had so many shares, you have now a few hundred less. Yes, you can turn around and just use that cash to buy deep in the money calls and then write calls against those. Sure, yeah, absolutely. Right on. Splayer says we're calling Monday in Germany Roses Monday. Rosentag. That's nice. Rosenmontag. Rose Monday. That's nice. Mirko, I could write 2 new calls instead of one. Is this a good idea? And buy back the shares in a real dip, carry the short position for a while. I see what you're saying. Okay, so you're short the stock. So instead of buying the stock back, you would buy 2 deep money calls, write 2 options on the calls, carry the short position, look to get it later. Okay, well, that's gambling a little bit. I understand. I get it. I see what you're trying to do there. I don't know. Look, the stock, if the stock is off today a little bit, and you can scoop it back for less, and then great. But do you need an additional 2 deep in the money calls to make your account to the point where you can quit your day job? You've already done that. And so, look, if the stock goes up $3-4, you've got a short position that's underwater. You've written calls that are underwater, but your deep in the money calls are higher, which compensates for the stock going up. I mean, I get it. But yeah, you're in one of those scenarios where I know what you're saying, but I'd probably just buy the stock back and be done with it and then just go to work. That's my hunch anyway. Christina, no, for my broker, they do not. When I was exercising, I called to get the scope of what this means and how long to act. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. People are talking about this exercise thing. Everyone's situation is different depending on which platform you're using, but that's okay. Larry Titus, bam! We've hit the bells. Maria Powell, I love that movie. Yeah, Date Night with Steve Carell and Tina Fey. It's just hilarious. And the outtakes are incredible. Carl's Jr., I think you mean Hardee's. Hardee's in your part of town. Carl's Jr., where I live. Yes. Out here out west, it's called Carl's Jr. There you go, everybody. Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Larry, says Bama Babe. Let's see. I have a genuine question. Financial Mission says, could you sell an in-the-money put that would be assigned under the short sale price, bring in premium and cover the short sale? Oh, man. An in-the-money put that would be assigned under the short sale price. Oh, gosh. It's too early in the morning for me to figure this one out. Not sure. And again, it depends. I think this depends a lot on who you are using and how they run their in-house rules. And there's probably not a simple answer on this. Okay. Thanks for them, Bell, says JR Larry. We are up and running. I see the market right now. I see the market right now on the Dow down 114 points at the moment. ME down 3 cents. I've got GameStop, what is it, up 18 to 21.78. I've got ATIP down 0.2 of a penny at 41, I think. Tesla 202.76 up 72 cents. SoFi 692 down 6. Apple 152.81 down 90. HPQ down 24 at 30.03. Cyxtera unchanged. Google down 44. Moderna down $8. 164. I know a guy who has 180 contracts. I know he's going to look at his contracts and keep an eye on how they depreciate versus rolling in closer in time. Another few bucks might be the time. I don't know. We'll see what the option chain says. He'll let me know. Cisco up 26 cents. Pfizer down 32. IBM down 68. Microsoft down 269. Rocket Lab down 4.5. Matterport up 2. SmartRent up 2. Spire up 1. Amazon down $1.05. HD. Home Depot down 132. Netflix down 250. Vanik down 166. Adobe down 760. Goldman down $1.30. Boeing down 194. Meta down 26 cents to 172.18. This is one to watch. We were as low as 169 so far today. Now we're at 172. There's this back and forth. Is this good news if they're getting rid of people? Should I buy this thing? It'll go higher. Is it bad news because it's worse than expected and they're laying off even more people than we thought? Is this bad for earnings? Is this going to be good for earnings down the road because it's prudent management to get rid of people? But are they destroying their companies goodwill with their employees by playing these mind games with their people. I mean, how hard are people going to work who are over there, and how many are soft quitting already at Facebook? And this is going to impact their financials badly. Why should this stock go up if that is the attitude? This is the tug of war that investors are asking themselves on Facebook Meta platforms. First thing they should do is change their name back to Facebook and get back to where they came from. But hey, I'm not a trillionaire, you know. Octavio, 146, Bruce. Mirko, financial, on an in the money put, you are not guaranteed assignment since the last day, of course. But just because you're in the money with a put, it won't get automatically assigned. And that's a good point. Susan, Bruce, if Mirko got assigned, he got the strike cash and premium. It means that contract is no longer. Could he do new right on his long leg call? Maybe Mirko wouldn't need to buy new in deep money calls. Susan, you're correct. He got bought out. His shares have been purchased from him. He's got the money. He gets to keep the premium. Add that to the money for the stock, and he's sitting at $22 a share, and it's sitting at 21 or something like that. So he's laughing already. He's up. If he buys them back right now with a 16-cent drop here, 21.44, he flattens his position. He can write new calls right now. He can write 2250s, 22s, 23s, however far out he wants. Bring in $4, $5 like he did already. Smartest move he made when he did the first write. He could do it again. If it's 200 shares and he writes them for $4.50 a piece, he brings in 900 additional cash against these 200 shares. Absolutely the winning formula. Yes, no need to do deep in the money calls at all. Theoretically, if he is long stock, which I don't think he is, he could sell stock and buy deep in the money calls. But he's long deep in the money calls, and now he's short 200 shares because two of his deep in the money or two of his short-term calls he wrote against his deep in the money calls were exercised. So he's short 200 shares. He'll buy them back, cover his position, and write two new contracts and move on. That's my thinking of it. Now, he must have, and probably does, have other contracts out there that were 1750s. He didn't write just two. He must have written more. Again, I'm guessing. It doesn't matter if he hasn't, but if he has, and only two got exercised, in theory, tonight, he might have more get exercised, but then he might not. If the stock drops a couple of dollars today to 19 something, he might not get exercised on any of his contracts if they're in the money. We don't know. That can happen anytime. The more you're in the money and the closer to expiry, the odds get higher. You will be assigned, but there's no guarantee you will be assigned until the last day if you're in the money. Okay. So Mirko's doing okay. GameStop now is 21.65 up 5. It's jumping around like crazy here. And up we go, says JR. Larry Titus, you may want to disinfect the bells now. I'm still coughing up a lung. I think I have both a cold and allergies at the same time. The trees and flowers are acting like it's springtime here in Washington. Mirko, Susan, I can't write on my deep in the money call as long as I have minus 100 shares in my account. I got to buy that back. Golf Mom, glad you got out with Anti-Gen. I'm still miserable with allergies. It really sucks. Did you try Cibon? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Financial Mirko, I get that. I was just curious if it was a potential possibility. And the Splayer, looks like my Wi-Fi disappeared shortly. But I've been having this problem here too, but so far today, so good. We're down 84 on the Dow. We're off about, let me refresh this because my biggest iPad, I'm sure, is behind right now. Let me see what's going on here. There we go. Okay, we're down 90 on the Dow. We're down 23 on S&P. We're down 89 on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is down 0.75, 0.75%. S&P down 0.60, and the Dow down 0.27. This is normal looking again. Oil down $2.93. We're approaching a $3 drop on a barrel of oil in West Texas, 75.52. I know in Europe it's dropping. Also in Europe, the price of natural gas is down 5% today. Natural gas is plummeting in price. Europe does not have a deep freeze. All the best laid plans of the Russians for a deep, cold winter, then they would be short of gas and they'll pay us whatever we want for it. It's not happening. It's not happening. Very interesting. Okay. BW says from CNN, Nestle, the world's largest food group, says the price of staple items will rise further this year. We are still in a situation where we're repairing our gross margin. We've been hit by inflation, and now we're trying to repair the damage that has been done. Nestle's CEO Mark Schneider. JR, Uncle Bruce, I don't know if you covered this already, but a meet and greet soon. I would love to meet you and the lovely Jen Aniston lookalike. Yes, that is something we do talk about. It has to be, it had to be contingent upon Jen getting better. Jen is getting better, and so we're getting every day closer to an idea, a possible idea of a meet and greet. Don't know where, don't know when, don't know. We're still in discussions, but it looks so good with Jen's hip now and her recovery that this is becoming a stronger possibility. So stand by. When I know, you'll know, and we'll kind of go from there. Kind of looking forward to it. We've been looking forward to having one of these. Okay, what else is going on? Maria, I got your donation. You are in for our one-on-one. It's a done deal. So thank you for that, and I look forward to seeing you. Any of you out there want to have a one-on-one session with me this Sunday, let me know, and we will get you locked in and reserved. That will be great. GameStop right now, 21.55, down a nickel. We are jumping around here on this thing. As this market continues to jump, we're now down 120 on the Dow, losing 40 points in the last 3 minutes. Again, 0.36 of a percentage point. The S&P is down 0.70 and NASDAQ down 0.89. Oil down 305, 75.44 for a barrel of West Texas. Down go gas prices again. And there it is. Barron's headline, a high-flying Chinese financier is missing. These are the kinds of headlines that just convince me that any of you out there who are investing in Chinese stocks, you're nuts. These guys just disappear. It seems what seems to happen, again, no one confirms it, but the popular wisdom is that from time to time, certain billionaires in China get a visit from certain other people from the Communist Party and the secret spy apparatus that they have on their own population. Because their own employees that are working with this guy, some of his closest associates and or people around him, are all snitches to the secret police in China. And from time to time, these billionaires just are unavailable for anything. Their parents don't know where they are. Their kids don't know where they are. Their wives, their husbands, they disappear, erased from existence. And they end up having a chat with certain regulators for hours, days, weeks, months. Jack Ma, classic example, Alibaba founder, personality like you wouldn't believe, English-speaking guy, loved by the American networks, disappeared for 6 months. Nobody knew where Jack was. Just kind of not around anymore. Jack doesn't seem to do interviews anymore. It's really interesting how Jack doesn't kind of decided to sort of not talk to the press ever. He also isn't the chairman of Alibaba anymore. I think he may have resigned his position. I wonder if it was voluntarily. I want to spend more time with my family. Or I don't want to spend time in a gulag. Sometimes it's one or the other. It's so hard to decide. Do I want to go home to the wife and kids, or would I rather be in solitary confinement in some kind of a cold cell somewhere? You got to decide for yourself what works for you. I mean, what I'll leave it to you. Do you want to be a billionaire, or do you want to be in a jail cell? It's up to you. You decide what you do. There's no pressure. I don't know why any American firm invests in these Chinese companies. What I don't understand, and I still can't get through my head, and again, I'm old, so, obviously I don't know the new ways, but I don't understand why it is politically correct and is politically allowable, and why it is socially allowable in our countries, Canada, the US, and in Europe. Why is it that European companies, banks, Canadian companies and banks, American companies and banks, why is it okay with all of us when big financial institutions from our countries go into China and operate their banks there and deal with Chinese authorities? Why is that okay? Aren't these the guys that are threatening Taiwan right now? Isn't the America gearing up to defend Taiwan, possibly with its children, 18-year-olds and older? Could there be a draft in America that would enable enough soldiers to be trained to go and fight for the freedom of Taiwan against China? And yet, American businesses in Wall Street are investing billions in China, dealing like you cannot believe. Europeans are doing it, Canadians are doing it, and we're all against this expansionary thing that China's doing. And we all protest about the genocidal tendencies that the Chinese government seems to have, where, these oolong and other whatever people just disappear into education camps. The education center we have over there, the one with all the barbed wire on top of the wall with the watchtowers, that's an education center. Come on by, check it out. We find it okay. It's okay for Kentucky Fried Chicken to have 3,000 locations or 8,000 locations. It's okay for Starbucks to operate coffee shops in China, because we're not dealing with the people who are incarcerating these people and torturing them. That's not the same people, is it? No, it's not. No, these are the good Chinese people. Yeah, it's not the bad Chinese people. It's the good Chinese people. I am confused. You see, this shows you how old I am, because obviously I don't get it. I obviously am out of communicado with how the world works. You see, the Chinese realize how heavily sanctioned they are, and how painful it is that we condemn these actions. But hey, come on, see our 1,500th Starbucks store in Weizhong, wherever province, and our Subway stores, and our McDonald's, and our Chase Manhattan branch, and our JP Morgan Center, and our and when Jimmy Diamond flies over on his Gulfstream or his whatever private jet with his 15 advisors, and lands in Shanghai to do multi-billion-dollar business deals, that money doesn't go to Chinese officials to buy weaponry to take over South Asia from other countries. That none of that money goes to torturing people into oblivion, does it? None of that money helps the Russians with their trade, so that they can go to Ukraine and beat the crap out of Ukrainians and try to eventually move into Poland, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, Hungary, Moldova, and have Putin recover all the Soviet Union that he wants back. None of that helps him in any way, does it? This is just business. It's not personal. We're just doing business in China because there's opportunities there. Oh, by the way, whatever happened to that Mao guy? Where's that guy? Nobody has heard from him for days. That's odd, because he's a Chinese guy. Why can't we reach him? Where is he? Does anyone know where the chairman of our company is? A multi-billion-dollar organization. Where is the chairman of our company? We can't find him. We can't reach him. No one is answering his telephone right now. And yet, hundreds of billions of dollars coming into that country to invest like there is no tomorrow. So obviously, I am so out of touch with reality. I have no clue what's going on over there. I've got to get with the program. I mean, hey, I tell you, it used to be easy, but it's not that easy anymore. It's a little tougher now. I don't know. I really don't know. I try. I really do. I try to understand. I just don't seem to get it. Okay. There you go, kids. Welcome everybody to the show. Yeah. Yeah. Bufan is missing. Um, kind of erased from existence. Maybe he had a flux capacitor in his car and he went to the future and, he hasn't come back yet. Uh, you know. Although when he comes back, doesn't he come back like 10 minutes before he left so that we don't even notice he was gone? Maybe he put the wrong date on his flux capacitor. Think about that. That can happen because I saw Marty, pushing buttons and he put in the wrong. You know what I mean? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I would love to know. Ooh, I don't know. Bobby Atkinson, I rolled DKNG August 15 to January 2024. 15th. Bought back at 6:45, rewrote at 8:15. Nice move. Touch grass. He was on that balloon, maybe. Maybe he was on a sightseeing tour over North America, and the Americans didn't see him waving, going, "Hey, how you doing? How's it going? What do you shoot that missile at me for?" And they didn't give him a parachute, eh? So that's really strange. Yeah. Mirko, I think Jack would join Henry and Donna if he talks. Yeah, maybe he was trying to cross a river in China, and he went off a little off course, and he got all ripped up about it. I don't know. Chris, Uncle Bruce, you know who the CEO of Alibaba is now, Chairman Mao. Michael, I can't war. I have bone spurs. I can't go to work. I have bone spurs. There you go. Christina, why is it okay for the big banks and hedge funds allowed to take our positions, our pensions, and use it in the derivatives market? Reading the Who Stole My Pension. That's a great book. Yeah. I remember I was just watching, like I said the other day, I was watching the show about the 2008, 2009 financial crisis and how banks were leveraging their credit default swaps, and how other firms were leveraging their investments and bets on their credit default swaps. And those who were long, who were thinking that, the money will always come in, people always pay their mortgages, they were leveraging their money to buy as many of these as they could, and they were leveraging their dough up to 30 times their dough. So they had $1 billion. They leveraged up to $30 billion. And so they owed $29 billion to the bankers, to their borrowers, and they had $1 billion equity. And as long as the payments came in, they could make those payments and enjoy a lovely profit on the whole deal. Except when the payments stopped coming in, people, without income and jobs couldn't pay the mortgages that they had signed up for because they had no income or jobs. And enough of these houses went into default, and all of a sudden these CBOs and CDOs and all these things didn't pay. And these guys got calls from their bankers going, "Well, we need your monthly payment for your loan, and you got to send us $100 million," and they've got $15 million, and they're going a little short right now. And so they were called on their loans, and they owed $10 billion on the $30 billion they borrowed, but they only had $1 billion in existence, and they went tits up, finished, gone, kaput. And this happened on a micro scale to a macro scale globally in 08, 09. Amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Funny though, the top 7 or whatever number of investment banks in the United States, the big boys, Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, these guys had all these bets that they had made with IG. What's it called? GIC, not GIC. With the insurance outfit that ultimately went under, they bet against the CBOs that they sold, their own CDOs actually. So their credit default swaps that they were selling to their clients, they bet against their own product through this brokerage, this insurance company. And the American government bailed out the insurance company, and the insurance company paid back the bankers in full, 100 cents on the dollar on every bet they made against their own product that they sold to their own customers. And that wasn't deemed to be illegal. And it was not deemed to be a conflict of interest. And it was not deemed to be a problem. Hmm. And then they gave themselves big fat bonuses for a job well done because they made all kinds of money because they made money on these bets because they bet against their own merchandise that they were selling to their own clients. Their clients got hammered like terribly, but they did quite all right. It's amazing how great the world is. AIG, thank you, Lorraine. GIC, IG, AIG, thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. It really, really is. And the world continues on. The brokers, the bankers are still there. They own the exchanges. They own the SEC in the palm of their hand. And nobody has to report a short sale. Did you ever notice that? Ever since the GameStop debacle, no institution has to report a short sale. How many did you sell at what price and when? You have to tell us what you bought and if you're long, but you don't have to tell us if you're short. No, that's not required. We're going to keep liquidity just the way it is. It's perfect the way it is. Everything's fine. Maybe you want to write stock options then. Maybe that's the way to go. Yeah. Double D, Uncle Bruce, where was the article about options traders you read about this morning? That was in Market Watch. I read that off the Market Watch website this morning. So go look for it there. You'll probably find it. Yeah, interesting. Susan Shops About says, regarding pension funds, hedge funds know public state pensions will be bailed out by the government. Biden just gave taxpayer money to Teamsters pension. Private sector workers, market crashes and lose all our 401k IRAs and get nothing. Yes, well, the banks got bailed out back in 08, 09. $700 billion act from Congress, and then the Fed stepped in with all kinds of money, plus trillions of dollars in zero interest loans for a decade. Actually, longer, up until 2021. The Federal Reserve had a zero interest rate policy to lend money out for nothing. Come to the window and borrow money for free and lend it out. Was that the greatest socialist giveaway of all time? Yes, it was. Buying every bond out there and putting it in the Federal Reserve holdings was another social move by the Federal Reserve, the biggest socialist money handout in the history of mankind by the U.S. government. Absolutely none. And it is people's money. It is just people's money. You print it and then you unprint it, but that's a socialist handout, no question about it. How many airlines got free interest rate loans and forgivable loans during the COVID from the United States government? How many corporations that senators and congressmen owned and controlled received billions of dollars collectively from the government for free? How many? And who made the rules? The Congress and the Senate. Funny how that works. When did COVID start? Did COVID begin during the Biden presidency in 2021, 22? Or did COVID start before that? It started before that. Who's president before Biden? Obama. It started when Obama was the president. So it went from a Democratic president to the other Democratic president. There you go. No socialism here. It's all free enterprise and government's out of our lives. Yeah, dollar's now backed by debt. That's what keeps it alive. We'll see the shift in currency. It's fun times. Credit service. Well, look at this, Uncle Bruce. I came into work at 5 a.m., finishing now, and I will be going home at 8 a.m. I'll be charging for a full day, making moolah here and moolah on my covered calls. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Way to go, Credit Savage. I was just complimenting you and thanking you this morning on my show that I did this morning for Gold Bagel members about how you mentioned about a friend of yours who was expecting a stock to go to $50 rather than writing a call against it. Love that story. Just love that story. That's who you're up against, trying to make money in this market. Mirko bought 1,000 more SoFi at $6.76. Thank you very much for the donation. Way to pick up cheap paper. $6.83. They're just giving, anyone selling it here is giving away paper for nothing. It's unbelievable. 202.92 on Tesla, up 88 cents. ATIP 41.2, down 1/10 of a penny. GameStop down 11. ME down a dime, the Dow down 135. I just noticed that the Congress won't pass a ban on insider trading within the ranks. They won't pass a ban to limit themselves on insider trading. That's interesting. Why would Congress not do that? Who's running the Congress right now? Is it Nancy Pelosi running the Congress? No, it's not Nancy Pelosi running the Congress. You'd think that this is a Nancy Pelosi thing with all the, anti-corporate stuff. No, it's the Democrat, it's the Republican House that won't pass the bill. Isn't that something? Merkel, now keep rising over 10, please. Michael, no, Trump was president. Don't you remember the show Trump? Who was that? No, that wasn't. There was Obama, and then there was Biden. There was nothing in between that. There was nothing but happy times in between those two guys, wasn't it? Yeah, everything wrong is either Obama or Biden, and nothing with George Bush or the other guy, the orange flash. No. There was no clown show for 4 years. Oh no, there wasn't. How about all the people that don't deserve the PPP loans? Credit Savage. Oh yeah, he's here watching you now and feeling stupid, laughing out loud. Michael, JR, but Pelosi gets into big trouble when she and hubby trade according to the rules. That's right. They trade according to the rules, like everybody else. JJ bought SoFi $7 weekly puts for a nickel Wednesday, just sold them for a quarter. Giddy up. BJ, hello, Uncle Bruce. Tesla is showing a lot of strength. Should I worry about cover calls I've written for 220? No, not at all. Michael was only half listening, didn't catch the sarcasm. Sorry, I didn't catch the sarcasm. VJ 165 thumbs ups. Thank you for these thumbs ups, everybody. There's no way I'm going to get to 200 today. If I make Trump jokes, I'll never get to 200 thumbs ups. I have to not use his name and not acknowledge his existence, and then I can get to 200 thumbs ups. But if I say his name, I don't get 200 thumbs ups. I'm stuck at 167 now, 33 away from 200. There's no way that my viewers are going to give me 33 more thumbs ups, because if you mention that man's name in any kind of kidding kind of way, you are the enemy, and there's no way we're going to help you out with 200 thumbs ups. I'd rather your channel just die and go to hell than give you a thumbs ups and help you out in any way, shape, or form if you besmirch the clown show king of all time. Don't do that. Don't say anything about that guy. That could get people riled up, because they'll not give you thumbs ups. They're going to be mad at you, and you know how it is, Uncle Bruce. You can cover the markets, but don't tell us why it's doing what it's doing if it includes, who is. Yeah. Freedom reigns. The First Amendment is alive and well in America, except if you say something that people don't like. Then it's not quite so free to have free speech and, whatever. But I do the best I can with what I've got. That's all I can say. I don't know. Mirko, what I don't understand, Mirko's in Germany. What I don't understand is that George Santos guy who just lied about everything, he could stay in office. Wouldn't be possible in Western Europe anyway. There's no way that's true. I don't know how this guy either. I also don't know either. Yes, but I will never understand why there are not 3 different political camps in the United States. There are always only 2. I think this will always lead to problems. I mean, Canada, we got like 5 of them. Right now, we don't have one party in Canada that has a dominant control of the House, so they have to work together. They have to work, or an election is called. And these guys don't want to go into an election because it could change the balance of power between the 5 right now. There's some power sharing going on, and certain people don't want to risk not having it. And it's fun. It keeps them humble. I prefer politicians that are humble rather than arrogant, because they work for me. I don't work for them. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. My state elected this guy. It's unbelievable, isn't it? Alex, I don't know, Mirko. We have some accomplished liars over in the UK, too. JJ, I'm embarrassed my country elected him. It's unbelievable. What can I say, kids? 176 thumbs ups. There's no way we're getting 200 today. I'm giving up. I'm not getting 200 thumbs ups today. I've resigned the fact that I will not get 200 thumbs ups today, because too many people get their feelings hurt when certain things are mentioned in certain ways. And what are you going to do? It's just the way it is. It's just I don't know. Maybe my Canadian friends will give me thumbs ups, and my European friends will give me thumbs ups, and I can get thumbs ups from Asia and from Alaska, from Australia and the Caribbean. Maybe I don't know. I will see. I just don't know. I just don't know. What can I say? GameStop down 6 cents. ATIP 41.2. Tesla 203.67 up 163. SoFi 684 down 14 cents. Yeah. Yep. Splair, yeah, the Canadian system sounds already more interesting. At least there's more traffic in between them to attract voters. When there are two, you feel mad about the old one, and then you choose the opposite. Yeah, I feel for Americans who have just so little choices. It's either this guy or that guy, bad or worse. It's terrible. It's the way it is. Flint, you will always have my thumbs up. Well, thank you so much, Lorraine. My marriage is broken because of politics. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Oh, the political thing. How sad. How just so sad. Mirko, Alex. Okay, I didn't think about the UK. That's right. Boris was crazy. JJ. Trump Santos 2024 meaningless integrity. Michael H. It's always the lesser of two evils here. The credit savage people are getting margin called today. It's wonderful. Rejoice, my friends. That's right. Markets are going lower, and people are going to make money. It's as simple as that. The option writer is going to make money no matter what you think, politics or anything else. You're just going to make money, and how you play with it and how you deal with it and whatever, it's up to you. It's totally up to you. And I thank you all for being here. Hope you're having a good time. 181 thumbs ups, 19 to go. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get 19 more. I don't think so. Let's see what happens here. Sell my house fast, Upper Marlboro. We need more parties because of the choices between Trump and Biden again. I'm going to write Larry Titus in that slot. Let's just have Larry run the place. How can it be worse? I mean, come on. How can it be worse? Oh my gosh. We're down 66 on the Dow. We're down 28 on S&P, 120 on NASDAQ, it would appear. Interesting stuff out there. Okay. Fun times at the OK Corral, kids. Yeah. Credit Savage, my coworkers are asking why I'm so happy today. I said because the market is red and they think I'm crazy. Laughing out loud. I quit explaining. I just take their money. That's all. I just take their money and say, okay, at least Larry can ring the bells. That's right. I don't even know if the magic man can do that. Yeah, Mr. Orange, I don't know if he knows what a bell is. I don't know. 184, 16 to go. Not happening. We're not going to make 200 thumbs up, so there's no. Lame duck. So, Bruce, you built up to, let's say you built up to 50 poor man cover call. You wrote 50 calls against them, okay? Let's say you've done that, theoretically, okay? Use the money to pay off bills. Then you get exercised on all 50 covered calls. You're short 5,000 shares. You don't have the money to buy back. Not sure what to do. What do you do now? Well, here's the thing. There's this thing, okay? Well, what's the thing? Okay, you just got paid cash for 5,000 shares, right? And you don't have the money to buy back all 5,000 shares, right? You can buy back maybe 4,500 of the shares with the money you got. I'm just going to play. This is theoretical. Okay, well, let's just say you buy back 4,000 shares and keep some cash lying around. Just okay. And then right away, you turn around and write 40 new calls because you've got 50 deep in the money calls, 40 of which you can do whatever you want with. You just bought back 4,000 shares. You write 40 calls at $4 or $5 premium per call. You bring in 40 times 450. What's that, $18,000? Add that to the money left over from the other money you got, and then buy the rest of your stock back and write the other 10 calls. So you're writing 50 new calls at 4.5 a piece, $22,500 that you're bringing in, and that's more than the money you need to take care of the purchase of the 50 shares, and you've got a credit sitting all over again. That's a rollover. You're doing a rollover. That's the theoretical side to that, Nick. I think we're all done with careerist politicians who have forgotten they're supposed to serve the people, not the other way around. Oh gosh, yeah, they don't quit. Senators never leave. Dianne Feinstein is leaving at age 90. Why? She can't see anymore and she can't hear anymore. And now we understand dementia is settling in. God bless her for her service. God bless her for her service. You were done 8 years ago, 10 years ago. At 80, you were done. I don't know why senators want to run past 80 and why people vote for them past 80. It's the voters. They're the problem. I tried to give a guy a window for free, and instead of thanking me, he spouted off about his political views. I walked away. I'll give you another thumb. I don't care if you talk about Orange Boy. I voted once, but never again, says JR. When Larry is president, everyone could start working in the U.S. just in time. No one can bother that the morning bell wasn't ringing, you know. The credit Savage Lane Duck, do you still have your long legs? Susan, I'm an independent since 1980. Didn't like either party then. Don't like him today. I tried to vote the lesser of two evils for my America. Wing Commander Uncle Bruce, the price if freedom is less likes. That's the price of freedom, Bruce. Less likes. Michael, we need term limits. Yeah. What can I say? We have 185 thumbs ups. Still 15 away from 200, but I don't know if there's 15 more here. There's too much hatred here for that today. Maybe I started it. I don't know. I'm just doing what I can. I just want my viewers to get rich. It's a price of success, you know. You got to talk about what's happening out there. Well, of course, in this channel, I got to tell you in plain English what's going on. I got to tell you in plain English what is going on. And then there are those who feel that what you're saying is political and is not economic, and yet people don't understand that sometimes the two are inextricably linked, and it's ugly. It's, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, sell my house. Dianne Feinstein doesn't know her name. They don't quit. We need to boot them. I say unelect the entire congressional body and start over. Well, good luck with that. Yes, good luck with that. Too many billions of dollars have been spent by too many players who want influence and want bills passed that will benefit their constituents and friends. There will be no turnover whatsoever. There you go. Such fun. We're down 323 on oil. Have you noticed that? 323 on oil. We're down to 75.26. Pretty cool stuff, you know. Kiwi, I'm number 187. See, I get these emails from these thumbs ups from Australia, New Zealand, from Indonesia, the Philippines. I have thumbs ups from folks in Malaysia, from Singapore. You guys are great out there. I love you guys. Hello, Singapore. Hello, Sydney, Australia, Melbourne, Australia, Perth, Brisbane. You folks way down under, way down there. Hi there. Christchurch, Wellington. How you guys doing in New Zealand? I can't wait to come down there. It's a bucket list for me to be down there, way down there. Definitely want to see that place and that area. Those of you out in Asia, hello. Those of you in Africa, the Mideast, hello from me to the Mideast. Hello, South America. Hello, all of Europe. How you guys doing? Hit the thumbs up button. My Americans don't want to give me thumbs ups buttons today. They hate me today. So if anybody can give me thumbs ups from outside America, I'd appreciate it. Help me out. Flint Creek, I heard some interesting and disturbing things about that chemical bomb on a train. Obama's administration put new brake rules in place to avoid accidents like the one in Ohio. Guess who nixed it? Oh, no. Splair, I'm neutral to politics and happy when it's affecting me positively. There you go. Flint, the trains have brake systems that date back to the Civil War. Yeah, I know this story. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is just scary. It's just scary. Yeah. This isn't just an American problem. It's Canada too. I agree with that. TJ, there are 3 times as many lobbyists in DC as there are politicians, at least, if not more. Apparently, the financial services business, the bankers, there are 5 lobbyists for every congressman in Washington for the banking industry. Yeah. J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, 5 lobbyists for every politician in town to make sure whatever legislation is going to be done isn't bad to the banks and to the brokers. None of this. Don't make us declare short positions. Don't make us do that. Derivatives, we don't want that regulated. Keep that unregulated. Get your meat hooks off of there. No. We don't want government in the middle of this. Oh gosh, no. Flint, I'm glad I don't live near any tracks. The Kiwi, don't come this year, Bruce. New Zealand has just had a huge cyclone affecting 1/3 of the population. Recovery will be long, isn't it? I've seen this. It's terrible. Oh, it's just awful what happened there. Man, oh man, you guys really got whacked. Not nice. Unbelievable. It's just incredible. Man, oh man. We're down 48 points on the Dow Jones. That's what we got. We're down 48 on the Dow Jones. Thumbs up's now 190. Despite my commentary today, I still am only 10 away from 200 thumbs ups. It's unbelievable. Thank you all who are brave enough to give me a thumbs up. So I do appreciate it. It's very nice. But to be honest, I love the tweets from Trump. Some of them made my day when he was president, and Obama was a perfect example that every American, no matter how he is named, can get there. Well, it's it was rather boring with Obama because there weren't the daily tweets and there wasn't the drama and stuff. I mean, under Obama, they had a press conference every day in the White House. Under Trump, they virtually didn't have press conferences because it was really sad because for Saturday Night Live, they used to do great impersonations of people in the press conference under the Trump administration, but all that changed and they didn't do them anymore. And now the Saturday Night Live people had to get Alec Baldwin in to do Trump. Instead of the press secretary and stuff. But yeah, what are you going to do? It is what it is. Comedy is comedy, but comedy is hard. There you go. Thank you all for being here. We're down 33 on the Dow. It's trying to come back. We're down 27 on S&P. We're down 115 on NASDAQ. They're not coming back. They're not coming back. It looks like. Okay. Anyway, the credit sandwich. To be fair, the people in Ohio voted to have Republicans lead in every city and most of the states. So this tragedy, thoughts and prayers. Yes, sad, isn't it? Politics is a game, and it can be deadly. Can it? Can't it? Can't it just? Sad story out there, folks. It's a sad, sad story. Dow's down 12 points. That's it. We're just down 12 on the Dow. ME down 6 cents. GameStop is up 2. Bed Bath Beyond is up a penny. ATIP down 0.2 of a penny. Tesla 202.06 up 2 cents. I don't see a lot of change going on today. Do you? Not a lot going on. Yeah, it could be worse. At least USA not turned into a second North Korea. I mean, thankfully for that. Yes, thankfully for that. What do we got here? SoFi 678 down 20. Apple down 143. HPQ down 25. Cyxtera down 12. Google off 140, Moderna down 983 today to 162.70. I know a guy who has written 180 contracts on Moderna. I don't know how many, but he's written some there, and he's got to be smiling a little bit. I think so. Today he's got to be grinning a little bit right now. Dude, would these ESG forward-thinking companies like BlackRock consider lobbying Congress for regulation on these train and chemical companies? I think not, but they'll tell us to tighten the belt. There you go, Michael. Nothing Burger Day. Zeta State, GameStop just went green. Yeah, GameStop's gone green. We have 192 thumbs up so far on this show today. Unbelievable. I might make 200, despite what I've said today about who. Splair, isn't today third Friday? Until now, there is not much action happening compared to the last 2 days. Isn't this the third Friday, Bruce? You said. Yes, I did. We're kind of waiting for volatility to reign. I'm not sure what's going on. Pfizer is up a dime. Cisco's up 23. IBM is up 21. Microsoft down 372. Rocket Lab down 12. Matterport down 4.5. SmartRent down 3. Spire down 2.5. Amazon down 150. Home Depot down $2. Netflix down 412. Vanity Vectors down 204. Adobe down 592. Goldman down 25 cents. Boeing down 276. Meta down 66 cents to 171.78. Royal Caribbean down 65. What else? Target down 186. JP Morgan down 65 cents. Costco down 232. Walmart down 124. Disney down 75 cents to 105. And Nvidia down 497 to 215 a share today. American Airlines down a nickel, 1634. There you are. That's what we got. We're up 12 on the Dow. We're green on the Dow. We're 17 negative on S&P, and we're down 81 on the NASDAQ. What the Dow's gone green. It's up 13.8. Look at that. You see? Constantine, 192 thumbs up. So you're going to get 200 there, buddy. Susan, sad fact is middle-class Democrats and Republicans all want the same thing. The middle class all want the same thing. Less taxes, and corporations and banks slapped every time they unfairly profit and abuse us. We want corporations, rich folks, to pay their damn taxes. If you've got taxes owing, pay. Why should a secretary for a bank get a mandatory deduction on her paycheck of 35%, and the chairman and chief executives pay way less than 35%? Why is that? They get to use the private plane. They get all the perks. They get the fancy lunches and the fancy restaurants, all at company expense. Why don't they have to pay some kind of percentage? Isn't there something somehow? What? Aurora, number 193. Good morning, Bruce. You're going to get 200 thumbs ups. You're getting 200, Bruce, no matter what you say about you-know-who, about what they did or did not do. You're going to get 200 thumbs ups today, no matter what. Wow, we'll see what happens here. VIX went up 1%. Dude, Uncle Bruce, you have to see the new Trump impressionist on SNL. He's better than Alec Baldwin. I swear, his name is James Austin Johnson, and he's from Tennessee, my state. I haven't watched SNL lately because we have to wait too long in the night to get it, and I'm old, so I watch it on rerun. I watch it on YouTube and stuff. So I'll have to check it out. We'll have to check it out. Love SNL. We're up 39 on the Dow. We're up 39 on the Dow. GameStop's up a dime. There you go. Tesla's up $1.32. So there you go. Down 18 on SoFi. Come on, SoFi, bring it up. Come on back, baby. Bring it on here now. Come on, SoFi. It's time. 197 on the thumbs up meter. Unbelievable, but true. I might actually get 200. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to celebrate the fact that I'm going to get 200 thumbs ups. The only way I know how, and to say I love you all. I think Americans are wonderful. Canadians we're okay too. Mexicans are great. Folks in the UK are fantastic. Europeans are awesome. Russians, I love the people of Russia. I'm not so crazy about the politicians. The Chinese people are okay, but I don't like the snitches for the secret police, and I don't like the secret spy services that operate in China, and I don't like the Communist Party that suppresses people, but Chinese are okay. Taiwanese folks, welcome everybody. Japan, how you doing? South Korea, how's it going? North Korea, neat is what I say to all of you out there. Options Nomads joins in. Neat. Options Nomads. Oscar Davila. Right. Okay. What's a good write on GameStop, Uncle Bruce? I'm looking to writing 20s, 21s, 22s, 23s. What do you think I should do? Splairs going neat. The big E. Neat. Thank you, everybody, for being here. 200 thumbs ups. Thank you, Alex, for the knee emojis too. 200 thumbs ups. Joe K. Neat. Deep value. Neat. 200 thumbs ups. I don't believe it. I didn't think we'd make it today. Thank you all so much. And the knee emoji attack. What options to write on GameStop? Well, why don't you take a look at 2250s, 23s, 24s. Go out 4 or 5 months. Bring in $4 or $5. Can you bring in $4 or $5 a call on GameStop contracts if you go out to June, July, August, September? Bring in some money. John Anderson, neat. Splair, neat. DJ, neat. Here come the knee emojis. Here they come. Brian, although it could be 199, 201. We have 201. How about that? They're coming in. Alex, more knee emojis. Neat. Thank you, everybody, for the knee emoji attack. And thank you for these 201 thumbs ups today. You guys are awesome. Awesome today. Thank you. It's Friday, kids. Welcome to Friday. It's a long weekend, so we get an extra day off. I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Any of you out there want to have a one-on-one this weekend, despite my socialist leanings towards the United States politicians? Well, it's up to you. Love to talk to you, but it's all right. We're down 290.9 on the Dow again. We went red. DH, neat. Here come the knee emojis, one after the other. 201 thumbs ups and counting. Thank you all so very, very much. DH, thanks, pal. Alex, thank you. Thank you, all of you. Brian, thanks for number 200. Splair, TJ, John Anderson, there they are. It's proof. There's those knee emojis. Of course, they just show up as knee emojis over here. They don't show as emojis. Alex, Biggie, Splair, Oscar, Options Nomads, thank you guys. The knee emoji attack is alive and well and happening on Stock Markets with Bruce on Friday, February the 17th, 2023. You do you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Rolo. Spread. Y'all, I'm wishing already a great and relaxed weekend and a successful day. Hope we see you all later here today. Splair. Neat. Right on, Val. Yeah, we're getting close to the end of the show. Another 5-10 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for popping in today. The Dow's down 4.7 right now. GameStop is off 6 cents. ATIP, 42 cents, up 7/10 of a penny. ATIP won't go down, 38,900. I think this stock needs 1 million shares of buying. That I will probably run it. I'll run about $400,000. If there's like 100 of you here, each bought $4,000 worth of this stuff. That would help, I guess. If there's 1,000 of you here, if there were 1 million of you here, and you each bought, you'd run this thing. You would. You'd run this stock. No doubt about it. I wonder if the ATIP were to break through 60, 70 cents, how many short sellers would panic and then jump in and get in there and get their stock back? Because I'm sure there's a big short position on ATIP right now. They're betting on the fact that it's not going to have a good quarter and all this, not knowing that the company's book value is $1.70. Yeah. The official short interest, all I see is from end of January, 4.7 million share short position. That's all I show officially. You got to wonder how many shorts are really out there on ATIP, right? Yeah. 207 million shares outstanding, 72 million free trading. That's all that free trades on ATIP, 72 million. I wonder if a couple of million shares of buying would run this thing. I wonder. I really do. Karim, neat. TJ, hi, Bruce. If you had the sell side of your poor man cover calls get exercised, wouldn't the broker just exercise the deep in the money calls you had purchased to offset the short position? No. The broker will just put a short on your account. You see, you have a margin account if you've got deep in the money calls. You have to have a margin account. That allows the broker to do a short sale for you, declare a short, and then you just buy back the stock because he just gave you all this dough for the stock and you just buy it back. And you can keep writing. So there you go. It's a rollover for you. Is really all it is. Alex, I got to run. We'll see you all this afternoon. JJ, I want to rock, says JJ. Splair, I can actually effort another 50 when we wait for next week. Can I join? I can join another 100 for sure after I buy back my till races. Splair, dude, Bruce, here's a donation for $2. Snack money for Uncle Bruce over the long weekend. Well, thank you, dude, for the donation. Adding to the list of donations that have come in this week. Very much appreciate it. I'm sure Jen and I will end up at Costco sometime this weekend, and I'm sure there's a slab of pizza or a hot dog in my future, and maybe a sundae. I think the hot dog is $1.50 American, and the sundae, I think they charge about $2.60 for a sundae. And Jen, she loves a dog. If I get a slab of pizza, I think they're $1.99. The dog is $1.50. The sundae is $2 something. I think it's like $7 for us to eat a meal at Costco. It's like incredibly cheap. It's such a good deal, and we love it. We just love it. So these $2 donations, I get 70% of that. That's $1.40 that we get of that. Thank you for the $1.40. I'm only 10 cents away from a hot dog, and we're only like $5.50 away or $6 away from a full meal deal over there. Dude, you're helping us feed us and keep us alive. I thank you very much. All of these donations are gratefully accepted. And of course, PayPal donations are gleefully accepted. You guys are incredible. I just want you guys to get rich, rich, rich. I mean, rich. Splendid. I was meeting with ATIP. When we start next week, maybe we can all come together and buy this stuff. Dude, I must also say my goodbyes as I will be listening this afternoon at work, and I can't chat. Everyone else, send Uncle Bruce some snack money, please. That's good advice. TJ, thank you, Bruce, and please tell Auntie Jem that the Tournament of Hearts starts today. Brian, wow, that feels good. Just bought 46 more GameStop. I have a clean 300 shares of GameStop. 21.62 last trade, up 1 penny. Time to write options. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Bringing in some dough. Do, re, mi, moolah. You gotta love that. It's all good. Thank you all so much. 42 cents on ATIP. Go ATIP. Just run. Let's run this puppy. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah, just looking for a little shot here. If this thing could get to like 70, 80 cents, I think then $1 is like right behind it. Maybe 125, triple the price. Giddy up, triple your money. Then you can look at writing calls. You can look at writing those 250 calls, bringing 30, 35, 40 cents a call. More money than you're paying for the stock right now, practically. Not bad. We're down 460 on the Dow. What can I say? Oh man, here comes some more snack money. Let's see here. Here we go. JR, another great way to celebrate a 200 thumbs ups goal being reached, a donation attack. Let's go. Here is a $2 donation for 200 thumbs ups. Thank you, JR, very much. Now I've just brought in $3.40 net, and we need another $4 net, and we can go to Costco. We had dinner last night at the Sabon restaurant. It was very nice, courtesy of you guys. And we ended up with a chocolate mousse for dessert. Ooh, Jen loved that. Chocolate mousse for dessert. I asked her, I said, what are the ingredients to make chocolate mousse? She says, cream and chocolate. I said, really? That's it? Like that's cream and chocolate. So how do you make it? Like, what do you have to do to the chocolate and the cream to make a chocolate mousse? Because I don't know how to do this stuff. I know how to eat it. I just don't know how to make it. So she's explaining to me how this, in the meantime, she's enjoying the spoonful of chocolate mousse, loving every second of it. Courtesy of you folks watching me all this week. Thank you all who are here making money on the options market. Keep up the great work. Get rich and rich and richer. And thank you all very much for helping us enjoy life here in Palm Desert. You're absolutely wonderful. JR, Uncle Bruce, I don't really care if your politics differ from mine. It is to be expected, but you and your help have helped me make money. That's why I'm here. Beautiful, JR. I love it. I love that you're here too. And I don't mind people with their own views on politics. I don't mind it at all. It's all great. There are some really good Republicans out there. There really are. There's some really great people that are in the Republican Party. It's just that, unfortunately, in my humble opinion, they're not at the top of the party where they really should be. But hey, it's not my party. It's not my country. It's to each his own. You got to just go with it. I just love Americans. I love Americans. Man, you guys are fantastic to hang out with. I love Splair. Chocolate mousse is great. You need the special mixer. I don't know how exactly it's named. And with it, you get the air into it. Wing Commander, I make a killer mousse, Uncle Bruce. I could teach you how to make this mousse together with a coffee. It tastes great. Oh, yeah. Wing Commander, in exchange for you telling me exactly when SoFi will go parabolic, you tell me the minute that thing, I'll show you how to make chocolate mousse. Or I could just go to the restaurant and buy it whenever I want some. I can always, or I could look up a YouTube video and do it myself, I suppose. We're up 51 on the Dow. We're up 51 points on the Dow. Look at that. GameStop up 9 cents. And we're up 0.6 on ATIP. We're up $1 on Tesla. We're down 21 on SoFi. Apple down 144. How about all that action? Moderna 164.69. Gidge up, kids. Gidge on up. Stuff going on here and there. Thank you all so much for your kind thumbs ups, donations today. These donations. Thank you, JR. And dude, for those, always helps. 210 is the thumbs up count. 210 thumbs ups today. despite all the rhetoric out there. Fantastic, guys. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. And appreciate all of you being here today. Love it, love it, love it. Well done, everybody. Okay, well, there it is. I will be on this afternoon at 3 o'clock for the final hour of trading today. Let's see what this market has in store for us. Join me and Auntie Jen and all. We'll see just what's going on here today. We'll keep you posted about a meet and greet. Hopefully, we can do one in the not too distant future, and we'll let you know where and when. See what we can do here. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, we're down 85 on the Dow. 17 point drop on S&P. Dow's up 59 points. There you go. Okay, you guys. Samuel, I'm vegan. I've changed my entire life with my diet. My mental and physical growth has rocketed. Papaya fruit salad before the gym. Michael, is steak vegan? Kiwi, the rest of the world is astounded that Biden is the best you can have out of a population of 350 million people. John Anderson, thanks everybody. John Anderson, neat. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. There you go, kids. There you go. All right, folks, have a good one. Rest of your morning. Good afternoon. Thank you for the 212 thumbs ups. Thank you for the knee emojis, John. Yeah, comment from Fed's the Federal Reserve Buller just came out. We must bring the Fed policy rate up to 5.375 as soon as possible. There you go. There you go. Well, we'll see how the market loves that. Yes, Mike. Yes, steak is vegan. Cauliflower steak. Mike's going. Karim, A1 steak sauce. Oh no, here we go. He's starting a row. I just don't buy unprepared meat. It's never looking tasty before it's prepared. There you go. Now, whatever it is. All right, kids. So thank you. We're up 21 on GameStop. 21.81. We're at 203 now on Tesla. So looking a little better here. 148 gain on Tesla. SoFi still down 18 at the moment. Okay, guys? I'll see you guys a little later today. Thanks for being here. See you later. Bye for now.